sea snake, which sharks are afraid of because it's one of the most venomous snakes in the sea.
And apparently, a shark doesn't need to see a lot. Just the movement of that band in black and white, and they know that's the one thing that will take them out.
They're gone. They're away. You know, they think they're going to get killed by that snake. So it's awesome.
It's one of the most venomous snakes in the sea. They think they're going to get killed by that shark. It's one of the most venomous snakes in the sea. That line always amuses me, to say the least. It's one of the most venomous snakes in the sea. They think they're going to get killed by that snake.
In the meantime,
Thank you.
cranberry water.
It's one of the most venomous snakes in the sea. They think they're going to get killed by that snake. And you know what? Wow. Let's take a look at that for a second. Let's go back and take a look at that. It's one of the most venomous snakes in the sea. Open recent magic messengers. Was that BuzzFeed? Yep, BuzzFeed. See, these guys here were the owners or top guys at BuzzFeed at this time when Veronica Gray was on Good Morning America, which was in 2013, I believe. 2012 or 2013. BuzzFeed has been on the news lately. As I'm sure many of you have been aware, BuzzFeed has been in the news. BuzzFeed itself has been making news. And that just amuses me even more now. Even more. Excuse me, Allie's phone is ringing. Hi. Sorry, you just missed a call.
Oh. See,
Well, we just had a celebrity launchpad this past weekend. Oh, Caregiver Dave is on. Wow. Tom Mack is on. Oh, Lisa Be Good.
Lisa Be Good. Whoops. Lisa Be Good.
Good. I'm glad to see people showing up from Celebrity Launchpad. I know you're probably tired, but I know I have some people on here who've never been to Celebrity Launchpad yet who will be coming. And I know Caregiver Dave, it's been a while since he was at Celebrity Launchpad. So if you would, I'd like to have each of you talk about your experience at Celebrity Launchpad and what it was like, and any words of advice you might have for those who have not yet gone to Celebrity Launchpad yet, about how they can get the most out of the experience. But first, I wanted to talk about my own personal reflections on it. And to facilitate that, I'm going to pull out my notebooks. Oh yeah, my notebooks. I know where they are. My orange notebooks here. Oh, they're right here. They're right here. And I want to say this about notebooks. Okay, now, Tony Robbins talks about how you should write down stuff about your life. A life worth living is worth writing down. And I keep these notebooks, and I like to put stickers on them just to personalize them with my experience. And for this launch pad, I started a new notebook. See the Bellagio stickers on there? Started a new notebook, and I made some new notes. The first note I made at Celebrity Launchpad was that the purpose of Celebrity Launchpad is for you to graduate, and upon graduation or using what you learned at Celebrity Launchpad to be able to live the dream in the land of Oz. That's really the goal. The goal of all of this is for you to be able to live the dream in the land of Oz. For example, Dr. Kellyanne Petrucci on Dr. Oz. See? This is Dr. Kellyanne Petrucci living the dream in the land of Oz.
Today, the 10-day belly slim down. It's a rapid plan that will flatten and de-bloat your midsection right here. Deprivation not included. There are new delicious and filling foods that are called slim-gestion foods that will help you trim and tighten. For example, Gail went from this to this in 10 days, just 10 days, using this new plan. Joining us is the brains behind the plan, naturopathic physician and weight loss specialist, Dr. Kellyanne Petrucci, who has spent over 20 years showing people how to do the impossible. Take off stubborn belly fat.
Yes.
Why do so many women struggle with this issue?
So if you have belly fat, you are likely being bullied by your gut. And here's why. Two things happen. Inflammation and hormones, and they go crazy. And when that happens, you crave more food, and it's not like a normal craving.
I would like to point out that if you take a close look, once this lower third goes away and the 10-day belly slim down comes back, you will notice that Dr. Kellyanne's own personal belly does not look flat to me. Here she is talking about the belly slim down. I know she looks good. She uses all kinds of tricks and everything like that. She looks good. But personally, I'm seeing belly sticking out. But, maybe that's just me. You guys tell me what you think.
That unstoppable craving that makes you want food all the time, same thing with bloating. Funny enough, these have to do with the health of your gut. But here's the good news. If you get on the right plan, the opposite can happen. You've got these anti-inflammatory happy hormones, as they call them.
Right.
So there's hope.
So since the hope is out there, is there hope for everybody? And who can expect to have the results I just showed for Gail in 10 days?
So anyone with that dreaded muffin top, or maybe that little cupcake bulge, or everything in between. And here's what I love about this program. For people entering menopause or people who are in menopause, that's the real struggle. We're even getting results with that. But of course, I can't just say it. We have to test it out. We did that. And what we found were people were losing up to 13 pounds and 5 inches around the waist. And that's no joke. So it really works well. And we have 2 participants that we did this study on that we can tell you about today. And the first one is Elaine. Elaine lost 12 pounds. And then we also had B, who lost 13 pounds. Really great. And by the way, B is in menopause. So this really works for even people with that stubborn belly fat.
I'm glad you went to the extra step.
Yeah.
And got people to actually try it. So let's go through the plan specifically. The first thing is you got to eliminate what you call the 10 belly bloater foods, which we've listed up here.
Yes, and so these are important, and it may seem not to make sense at first, but it will as we explain them. Beans, alcohol, dairy, gluten, high salt foods, artificial sweeteners, soft drinks, sugar, and even some of those high sugar fruits.
All right, so now you're getting rid of these foods. For the next 10 days, we're going to show you the foods to eat. But there's a secret you have that's really important.
Secret weapon.
Secret. You have a 7-hour window you're giving us to eat. 7 hours. It's your number one biggest secret.
It is. See, here's what science is telling us. This is all science. That when we condense our food into a certain period of time, we really heighten that fat burning.
All right, so for those 7 hours, here's what you're gonna eat. For breakfast, you can do something a little bit different.
Yeah.
Bone broth.
Bone broth.
We've been talking about bone broth in different ways,
Yeah.
but this is actually a foundation of the mornings in your plan.
It is, and here's why. Because one of the things that I found out is that when your body gets what it needs, It's not always looking for something else. And bone broth is a way for you to get virtually no carbs, low calorie, lots of nutrition, and it's so easy and it's inexpensive to make. And that's why I love it so much. It's like a meal in a mug.
There you go, folks. That's what it looks like to be living the dream in the land of Oz. And if you go back one step, you see her products popping up. The Dr. Kellyanne 10-Day Belly Slim Down. Let's see what the rank is on Amazon. Let's see how she's doing. I don't know. 16,000 in books. Number 16 in diet and weight loss books. That's pretty good. That's a very competitive topic. Number 224 in diet and weight loss overall. And I want you to notice something here, please. Here's her book cover. Do you notice something about her book? She is on the cover, smiling. She's on the cover, smiling. Let's see her other rankings here. Number 16 in the Kindle store in the diets section. Then we have other Kellyanne books. There's the Bone Broth Cookbook, the Bone Broth Diet. Let's take a look at that one. Wow. That one is 8,000 in the paid Kindle store. Number 6 in the meals, soups, and stews. 8 in the paleo section. 8 in the paleo diet section. That's pretty good. That's selling some actual units, guys. Then let's see how our hardcover is doing. I don't know. 81 in the paleo section. And paleo is a very hot category these days. Good for her. Good for Kellyanne. And then we'll go back. Dr. Kellyanne's collagen shake drink mix to go chocolate almond 7 packets. This is what it looks like. Here she is on the Dr. Oz show in February 2017. Dr. Kellyanne in 2017. 2017. January 2018. That's what it looks like to be living the dream in the land of Oz. That was my first note from Celebrity Launchpad. Then we'll continue. My next note from Celebrity Launchpad were takeaways. Takeaways from Celebrity Launchpad. Ending up LTFU, which was created for Dr. Kellyanne. It's not about the words, it's about the performance. Nobody knows you made a mistake. You are, who you are is more important than what you actually do. Never talk to anyone unless they know you are someone. TV is the antidote to the dungeon of Facebook ads. Oh, I had another thing I wanted to say. Oh my God. I had such a great important thing I needed to say. See, I'm going to be marketing to people who hate Facebook advertising. If you hate Facebook advertising, then you need TV. But I had another idea just now that I really need to write down. Jesus, I gotta find that idea. What the hell is that idea? Oh, I know what it is. You ready for this? Now, on the last call, on the Income Doubler call, I talked about how the story behind the movie, the making of the movie, is going to get me the press. Not the story about the movie. It's not the movie that's going to get me the press. It's the making of the movie. It's the story behind the movie that's going to get me the press. You ready? Now, I have decided that the story behind the movie that I want to talk about is my sobriety. I have decided that I want to talk about how I am 5 years off alcohol and I am 9 years off marijuana. That's the reason why I was finally able to get a movie made, completed, produced, to star in it, and to get it into a film festival, the same festival that Tony Robbins' movie premiered in 3 years ago. How? Sobriety. You ready for this, Allie? How to quit drinking without AA. What do you think about that, Allie? How to quit drinking without AA. Ha! See, that's what I did. Somebody said to me, so Clint, you go into meetings? I said, no. And they said, wow, and when was this? When was it that I said that? This was like when I was like 1 year sober. And the guy goes, so what are you doing? Are you white knuckling it? I said, no, I'm white dogging it. I'm white dogging it. I got my white dog and I take my dog for walks. That's what I'm doing. How to get sober without going to AA. That's another thing. Because like, I tell you what, as a person, like, I don't want to go to AA meetings. It is not appealing to me to go to AA meetings. It is not appealing to me. I don't want to go to AA meetings. There's something about that. I'm not saying that AA is a bad thing. I'm not. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying I don't want to go to AA meetings. But I do think that I have a lot to offer people in terms of as an alternative to going to AA meetings. And I just thought about that. So thank you guys for participating in that. Without AA. This is a new project. How to quit drinking without AA. Going to continue on here. So that goes along with TV is the antidote to the dungeon of Facebook ads. Who you are perceived to be. That is the game that nobody even knows is the game. Who you are perceived to be. Dr. Michael Cronin, I hope you're hearing this. I don't know. I was asking you to please type in that you could see and hear, but you didn't type in, so I don't know. I really hope you get this. Who you are perceived to be is the game that nobody even knows is the game. This was a good one. No RBF, no resting bitch face. Oh, good. Thank you, Dr. Mike. I guess you can see and hear. Could you please type in the chat, I can see and I can hear? It's really important when I ask people to do that you please do it. Type it in right now, Dr. Cronin. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. Thank you. All right. No RBF. No resting bitch face. When you're resting, you got to be smiling. Now, this was very fascinating. We went back to my factory to go drop off a lot of boxes after Celebrity Launchpad because I have a factory in Las Vegas and I store a lot of my supplies for Celebrity Launchpad at the factory. And when I was trying to close the door, the combination lock was giving me a hard time. The batteries were like not cooperating. They were like popping out and preventing the lock from operating properly. And as I was struggling with the lock, I get back in the car, I get it to lock, I get back in the limo, and the limo driver says to me, "Do you smile all the time?" And I said, "Why do you say that?" And he goes, "Even when you were fighting with that lock, you still had a smile on your face." That's no RBF, my friends. You got to have no RBF. You got to go to a resting, smiling face, RSF. RSF. If you can go to an RSF instead of an RBF, you will be a lot happier and you'll be much more successful in your career as a Magic Messenger. All right. Next, E equals MT squared. Those of you who've graduated know what that means. Let it rip. Don't hold back. Don't hold back. You got to just let it rip. And costume. Your costume is a secret power of Celebrity Launchpad. Dr. Michael Cronin, the question is, what's your costume going to be? We got to think about that. When are you coming to Celebrity Launchpad, Dr. Cronin? When are you scheduled? Can you please type that in the chat? Is it April or September? You're not sure. You should put it in your calendar, Dr. Cronin. It will help you from making other plans, and you need to show up for your Celebrity Launchpad implementation event. There are no changes or cancellations. You need to show up, especially for a person like you who's a medical professional. There are a lot of people who want those spots. There are a lot of people who are not able to come to Celebrity Launchpad because we can only have a certain amount of doctors in each class. We don't want to overload each class with doctors. You really need to know when you're coming to Celebrity Launchpad and make it a priority. And then action gets results. You have to just be in action. You got to be in action. What do you have, Allie? Oh, okay. No problem. All right, then I will go to the next takeaways I had were LTFU, kill the robot, enthusiasm and fun triumphs over content, charisma, let the beast out, make people feel, nobody knows you made a mistake, just keep going, practice the way you want to play, consistent costume, powerful people take up a lot of space. It's not about you or your book, it's about the audience. Appeal to their self-interest, action gets results, something is better than nothing, that's the story. What, baby? Dr. Cronin, you're in September. Put it in your book. It's September in Las Vegas. What are the dates? Do you know, Allie? Is it on the form? No, September dates. Do you know the dates? September 5, 6, 7, 8 in Las Vegas. We don't have a June Launchpad. We do have a June Harvard event. June 28, 29, 30 is the event at Harvard Club of Boston. You may be in that too. That's a good thing. Yep. June 27, 28, 29. 27th is check-in. And then 28, 29, 30 is the event. Your Celebrity Launchpad, which we also have you registered for, is September 5, 6, 7, 8. That's at Bellagio in Las Vegas. You should put that in your calendar and plan on being at that. There are a lot of doctors who would like one of those spots, and you are registered to have one of those spots. Okay? Awesome. Fantastic. I'll continue on with more takeaways. Something is better than nothing. That's the story. So that's the story. Stand out and be better. Perception is more important than anything, and start and end strong. Start and end strong. And then stars and up, and attitude is, structure is your friend. Then my next note is, if you play it cool, you will look like a fool. I'm taking an anti-marijuana stance in California. Then my last day takeaways were the wow factor, know your audience, less is more. How teasable is your segment? Sing. Just keep going. Nobody knows you made a mistake. It's all about the performance. Be flexible. Trust me. Trust Clint. We can and must evolve. If you are cool, it makes you look like a fool. Personal power is everything. Be the show. Don't move the chair. Perform in 3 dimensions. Animals, your family and friends don't want you to succeed. And learn to be on all the time. And then my last note from Celebrity Launchpad was misery can turn into magic. Those are my notes from Celebrity Launchpad. And I'm not asking for your exact notes, Tom Mack and Lisa Good. Really what I'm asking for is I'm asking for your impression, what your experience was. And I want to start with Lisa Good and have you share with us your experience. Hello. You have to enable. Hey, there you go. Good to hear your voice, my dear. How are you doing today?
Fabulous.
Yeah, I bet. I will show something to the people. Let's see here. You have anything else to say besides that you're fabulous?
Always do what Clint says.
Bah. That's good. Well, how was the experience of Celebrity Launchpad for you?
The experience was fun on the second day. On the first day, it was not so fun. But it was still a good experience. And when I say it wasn't fun, I had to break through my own, I had to break through my own barrier to keep going.
Yeah, you actually quit on day 1. You actually said to me, that's it, I'm done. I'm not doing this anymore. I got my 2 bookings and I'm good and I'm out of here. That's what you said.
Yep. That is what I said.
And then she booked everything.
And then what happened?
And I stuck it out and kept going, and I booked 12 of 13. Which I'm still in shock.
So what happened there?
I did what Clint said. I smiled. I worked on ending up. I knew my stuff. I tried to kill the robot every time I sat down to pitch. And then the second day, I really tried to have fun. My first pitch was not so hot, and you said, "You're not having fun." I know you're not having fun. Why aren't you having fun?
Yeah.
And then, yes, and then it was like that next pitch, and then every pitch the rest of the day, I just had fun.
How did you do that?
I don't know. It was like, I don't know how to explain it. It was like a switch went off, and I said, you know what? What's the worst possible thing that can happen to me? I don't get booked on anything. I shouldn't be making this drudgery. I'm really a people person. I just need to get over it and just smile and talk to the green light like it's a person.
Smile.
And I stopped worrying so much about the words, I think. About being perfect with the words. You got on me about that multiple times. That I was trying to be too perfect in my pitch. And you were 100% right, because I'm a perfectionist. Very excited and nervous, but a good nervous. Like, oh my gosh, I'm going to do this. I'm going to up my game. I'm going to book all the shows I can in February. And I'm going to go on Good Day LA. And I'm going to do a great job. I'm going to be a good guest.
You're going to be a great guest. Her favorite kind of guest.
Yes,
Her favorite kind of guest. Let me show you her favorite guest so far. Aside from Kellyanne, who's been on her show many times. As you heard, she asked Kellyanne to be on her show as a favor now. Okay? But her favorite guest so far was Sharon Wyeth on Good Day LA. Good Day LA. Let's see. This was her favorite guest. Take a look.
Where can I get a new mattress?
Revive Sleep Center.
Wait, where?
Living spaces.
Do you have options? I need options.
We've got plenty of options.
Like Tempur-Pedic?
Yep. Beauty rest? Yep.
Stearns and Foster?
And then some.
Do you have the ones that come in a box?
Yeah, we've got our own.
Can I order mine online?
Yep.
Can I try before I buy?
Yeah. Swing by our store and work with an expert.
Hi, how's it going?
But are we really going to sleep better?
Well, you tell us. Buy your mattress today, wake up revived tomorrow.
Mom, why aren't we getting this video?
Where can I get a new mattress?
Let's see if it'll happen this time.
Revive Sleep Center.
Wait, where?
Okay.
Living spaces.
Do you have options? I need options.
We've got plenty of options.
Like Tempur-Pedic?
Yep. Beauty rest? Yep.
Stearns and Foster?
And then some.
Do you have the ones that come in a box?
Yeah, we've got our own.
Can I order mine online?
Yep.
Can I try before I buy?
Yeah. Swing by our store and work with an expert.
Hi, how's it going?
But are we really going to sleep better?
Well, you tell us. Buy your mattress today, wake up revived tomorrow.
Come on. Wow. All right, let's try and find a different video. Sharon Wyeth on Good Day LA. This is her own video of it. This is her second appearance on this show.
Coming up, your sleep positions and what to tell you about you and your health, but
First, what your name means about what you want for the holidays.
welcome back, everybody. Joining us once again, Sharon Wyeth is here. You are a
Nemologist.
nemologist, spelled
Neimologist.
it's based on the idea that your name can tell a lot about you. Today she's going to tell each of us what gifts we would like for the holiday season based on our names.
And this is all like it has a scientific thing behind
After
it.
15 years of research and 3 years.
Look at that. Look what she's wearing. It's a lot like your outfit, Lisa, that you wore. You wore that big red jacket and black pants, right?
Yep.
Look at that. That's a
And I
lot.
have black yes.
That's a lot like your outfit, except it's a blouse instead of a jacket. And I'm happy with your jacket. I like your jacket. It was just fine. Let's continue.
It comes from the first name and the first vowel in the first name.
All right,
Now,
so
here's
let's start with
my
this
name
one.
up there. I will let you know because I'm a tough person to get gifts for. So
Okay.
you go ahead.
Yeah.
Well, since your first vowel is an E, everyone who has a first vowel of an E, they're touchy-feely type of people.
With for certain people, yes, definitely.
Totally.
Definitely, yes.
Totally.
Okay, and then Steve, you have added on to that, you have a lot of charisma and a lot of sex appeal in your name also.
Well,
So you have a lot of things that would like touch. So for a gift for you for Christmas, you would get a massage or even a day at the spa, even though
At
that
the
may
spa.
sound weird.
like that stuff.
I know, like a basic massage, I wouldn't mind that.
Yeah, a basic massage
Yeah.
and get all, so you're feeling good or hot in the sauna first and get that all done. Or you would like anything that makes your world prettier because you like beauty in the world.
You sure do. You're welcome.
Okay,
beauty
next.
in the world. You nailed it. That's like that's pretty good. Like
He loves
massages. Weird.
We're on the clock here, folks.
All right,
Come on.
so here's my name.
So,
Well said.
Maria, you have the first vowel of an A. Same with Araxia. You have the first vowel of an A. And the first vowel doesn't matter whether it's the first letter in the name like Araxia or the second letter like Maria or the third letter like in Sharon. Whatever the first vowel is what determines what kind of gift you like. So yours the same.
Oh, we're
because
the same.
Yes.
first vowel.
Okay.
And first vowel of an A are very practical people. And they like things that make their lives easier. They also like to continue learning. So a certificate to a bookstore or to a music thing or to a class or
Can
to
you explain to her what a bookstore is?
anything that would keep you going, right? So it could be a class or a workshop.
Okay.
All right, or something that makes your world easier, something that's very practical, like what can save me time.
Like a mommy and me club.
Oh, I do that.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm trying to think of this.
Bookstore.
Do you like learning?
I like learning.
We like learning.
Yeah.
Together.
Together?
Together we like learning.
Okay. All right.
So who's next?
All right, let's Tony.
Okay, so we did mine too then.
Yeah, right.
We got
Because
the
they're the
guys over
same.
here.
It's all about the
Here's
first
Tony
vowel.
McEwing sitting over
So
there.
this
Good morning,
is an
Tony.
O.
Good morning.
Tony.
So, Tony with an O. Now, people with the first vowel of an O, they love money.
Oh my God!
So, if you know of somebody with the first vowel of an O, what you want to do is write them a check. Money's together. And then, when they combine all the money, they'll go get themselves something that's really expensive. They don't want the little stuff. They only want the big stuff.
Wow.
You nailed
So
it.
a check is always
Well,
perfect.
If I would know, I could right now.
Let's do it.
Rick Dicker.
Yeah.
Now, people with the first vowel of an I are all about family, and family's really important. But they also are the natural leaders, and they like to let everybody know to do it their way.
Oh, yeah.
So they make a list, and they say, I want this, 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 and this.
Oh, yeah.
All you have to do is buy them something off their list. They don't want you to be creative. They don't want you to think outside the box. You show them that you love them by buying them something off the list.
That sounds like us.
All right, I can see that. Yeah, I have like some things specific and.
All right, now we have the most difficult person to read in the world, Sandra Endo, because she never tells anybody anything.
She's an
No,
A
but I'm
like
A, so I would be
She's
the
an
same.
A,
I
So
think.
she's wants to keep learning and is very practical. But Sandra wants to develop her own self-confidence. So she wants classes, and she may even like to go to a psychic, or she may, she's very likable. She's an expert in her own area, and she likes to make the world a better place. So you could ask Sandra, do you want me to make a donation in your name? Because that way I'm helping to make the world a better place. Or you look at, see what she's an expert at, and say, what can we do to improve that skill even more?
Okay.
Because that's what her
Sharon
interest
Wyatt.
is.
I have to say,
Pretty
you nailed
good.
That was
Tony.
fun. And Tony was
Tony,
I mean,
in a sentence.
in one word. Tony.
I know we've gone off
Thank
from
you.
Thank you.
what your name means. Next question is, what kind of a sleeper are you?
and what it means about who you are.
Your sleep positions, and by the way, you will see many of us here sleeping.
Candidly.
Come back.
All right, now, what did you notice about Sharon Wyeth in her performance there, Lisa?
She was smiling. She used her hands. Even though she had something in her hand, she was still very active with her hands. She was engaged with the host, and it was very conversational. At least that's how it appeared. I know that she had a script and her structure, but it just sounded very conversational. No robot.
Because when you talk to Sharon Wyeth, man, she knows what she's talking about. Now, keep in mind, like how I've invented all the stuff about Celebrity Launchpad, and I know everything about Celebrity Launchpad and about getting on TV, because I invented all this stuff, right?
Right.
She invented everything about namology. She completely invented namology. Therefore, she knows exactly what she's talking about. That's why she's so good. She's the expert at this stuff because she invented it. She speaks from her true expertise. And because she only talks from her true expertise, it doesn't sound like she's a robot. That's the key. Does that make sense?
It does.
That's all you got to do. You know all this stuff. You're going to talk about a very tight scope of information.
Yep.
Kids' secret lives on their phones. Who knows more about that than you?
Probably not hardly a lot of people.
That's all you got to do, my girlfriend, is you just got to talk straight from that.
And I'm going to do that.
Yep.
I'm going to rock it.
Good. All right. Now let's talk about your transition that you had and how you were able to become the one that she was obsessed with. How did you do that? How'd you do that? She's obsessed with you.
Well, she just asked me a question. She said, "Well, you know, are they do parents really not know about these apps? And what do they really do? And from there, I was able to say, no, they don't know. And here's really what they do. And they do this and this. And it's something I'm passionate about and I really care about. And it was important for me to make sure that she knew what her kids could do. And I guess maybe that comes across. That comes across that I do know what I'm doing when I talk about the apps, because I know what those apps are. And I know what they do. And I know what kids are doing with them personally.
How do you know what kids are doing with them?
Oh, just from my own nephew. You know, I have a personal story, and I have personal stories from clients.
Tell me the story about your nephew.
Oh, my nephew. So my nephew is 15. He's a great kid, wicked smart, working towards his Eagle Scout, and, you know, got together with some friends that were decent kids as well, and they thought it would be fun to buy weed off of the dark web with their iPhone. And they did that. They went to a party, decided to prank someone else, which we took that out of my script, but the story for everyone on here is they decided to prank another friend.
Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Why is the story for everyone on here different than the story that you're going to tell from now on?
Well, you had me take out the...
Hello?
He pranked a friend.
Hello, sweetie.
Okay, so...
Just hold on a second. What I want you to understand is you need to just get used to telling the story. Not the story for TV, not the story for Celebrity Launchpad webinars, not the story for what really happened. You just need to tell the best story you can tell every single time, because they're going to ask you the same thing and you need to tell this story on TV. What I'm trying to do is give you an opportunity to rehearse what you're going to do on TV in a low stress, low impact way. That's this right here.
Okay.
Okay? So now you have a personal story about this. Why do you care so much about these apps, Lisa?
My 15-year-old nephew went to a party with some friends and decided it was a good idea to buy some weed, some drugs, off the dark web with his iPhone. And when they did that, he got busted by the cops and was arrested. He got expelled from school, kicked out of Boy Scouts, no more Eagle Scout opportunity for him, and the goal that he had set from when he was a little tiny boy to be a pilot in the Air Force was gone forever, all before he was old enough to drive.
Good. Now I want you to tighten it up. My nephew decided to buy weed off the dark web using his iPhone. It doesn't matter that he was at a party with friends. That's wasting time.
Okay?
Let me hear it.
My 15-year-old nephew decided to buy weed from the dark web with his iPhone. He got busted by the cops, arrested, kicked out of school, kicked out of Boy Scouts, and his dream to become a pilot, a fighter pilot in the Air Force, was gone forever, all before he was old enough to drive.
Good. How about your own kids?
I've been very fortunate that my own children have not experienced any of that. And part of that has to do with the tools that we have put in place and what we do with them personally. We monitor their phones. We check their phones. We have conversations just like we tell other parents to do.
Yeah, I guess you would say those are terrible. You really don't want them. They're horrible, I told you. I guess you would say this is how your story should be. Why don't you pull out your phone and record it? Can you do?
Hang on one second. Grab your phone, Chris. Because I'm on my phone to talk to you. My Surface Book isn't playing nice.
Okay.
You notice I said that sarcastically, right? Because I'm trying to get a MacBook Pro.
Trying to get one, huh?
Well, I have someone in the family that says no.
Really? Someone who prefers the spawn of the devil to Apple products? Is that what?
Yes, you know him very well.
I know that guy. Are you recording?
Yes, I am. Shoot.
My 15-year-old nephew was working his way towards his Eagle Scout and his dream of being a fighter pilot in the Air Force. And one day he thought it was a good idea to buy some weed off the dark web using his iPhone. Shortly after that, he gets busted by the cops, has to go to rehab for 30 days, gets kicked out of the Boy Scouts, gets suspended from school, and his dream of being a pilot has been destroyed. His dream of serving this country in the Air Force has been destroyed. That's your story.
Okay.
Now, it continues. I'm sorry. Now, I have 4 kids of my own. Teenagers. I homeschool them. And being that my husband and I are in the technology industry, of course, all my kids are very up on the latest smartphones and apps and technologies. And you better believe that my husband and I are policing those apps, policing their phones, and making sure that we don't allow our kids to get in trouble. And with the impact that it's had on our lives with our nephew, we are extra cautious. And that's why we started YourKidsSecretLife.com to help parents to keep their kids safe and protect them from leading a secret life on their iPhone. On their iPhone. How's that?
On their iPhone.
On their smartphone. Okay, that's your story.
Okay.
Good.
That's the story.
Yeah! That was so funny. I don't know where that even came from.
You New Yorkers.
That's the story. Yep. Good. All right. And what's your advice to guys like Michael Cronin and Alexander and Arcady and Chavis and Paul Nebb, who haven't been to Launchpad yet? What's your big advice to them for how they can get the most out of it?
Know your material frontwards and backwards, but don't know it so much that you feel like, well, not that you feel like, but don't know it so much that when Clint changes it or moves things around, that it's going to throw you totally off kilter. As was said to me, you put yourself in this paper bag, sweetie, you got to get out.
I don't even know what that means. Do you?
Yes, I do. I know what it means.
What does it mean?
Like I put myself in those constraints where I felt like I had to stick to the script, word for word for word for word, and I couldn't deviate. That's what it meant to me. Like, I put myself in that place, and I shouldn't have. So know your stuff forwards and backwards, but also be ready for Clint to say, no, take that out. No, I want to change that. You know, just mentally be able to say, hey, it's no big deal. I got this. I know my stuff. Don't wait, guys. Don't wait. And don't wait. That would be my other thing. Practice.
Please don't wait. Please don't wait.
Yes.
Get yourself your pitch. Figure out with me, get on the phone and do your call where we figure out what are you going to be talking about when you're on TV. And let's get you rehearsing sooner rather than later.
I had 3 weeks, you know. I think next time going in, I'm going to want, me personally, I'm going to want a lot more time.
More than 3
Clint
weeks.
says, no, I don't like that. I will feel okay.
More than 3 weeks. Yeah.
Yes, You need more than 3 weeks, guys.
You don't need more than 3 weeks. You don't need it. I mean, I've had people. We had this girl, Cynthia Glickman, who signed up the day of or the day before, one of the two, and she booked 10 appearances. She's the one who Googled on her laptop, how do you kill yourself painlessly?
Oh.
That one. And she booked 10 appearances, not even knowing anything.
Wow.
And it really all comes down to, can you talk from real expertise?
Right.
That's what it really comes down to. But look, I got to tell you, when I was pitching these producers, right, I was not satisfied with the way I was sounding because I didn't rehearse any material. I didn't know what I was going to be talking about. I was using those pitches as an opportunity to discover what am I going to talk about on TV. That's where you get into trouble. You still there, Lisa?
Yes, I am still here. You said off script. Off script is not good.
Well, no, that's not what I said. What I said is, I didn't really have a script yet. I didn't have an opportunity to develop material for those pitches. I don't have a coach. I don't have somebody to help me with this stuff. I have to figure it out. And I was using those pitches as my development grounds. And I wasn't even happy with my own voice because I hadn't gone through and talked through these talking points enough. That's really what
That's absolutely amazing because you sounded fabulous. Like, we all came back in the room to hear you pitch. You sound great.
You really think so?
Yeah, I did. I thought your pitches were amazing. I never would have thought that was just like off the cuff. You weren't, you hadn't really thought about it a lot.
Well, let's see here. Let's watch this one. Hey, Ken, how you doing?
Good, you?
Excellent, thank you, sir.
Great group.
Thank you. They are an excellent group, and there's one more pitch for you.
You?
After I graduated from the Wharton Business School, I moved out to Hollywood to pursue the Hollywood dream. And part of that dream included, of course, going to parties, networking, schmoozing, boozing, smoking pot. Everybody's smoking pot in Hollywood. I pursued the Hollywood dream and drinking and smoking for 13 years until finally I couldn't handle it anymore. I had to try to save my life and get out from behind the wheel of yellow cab number 6087, which I drove for over 6 years. I focused on making money. As you know, Allie and I have become very successful, and we made a documentary about the work that we do with authors, speakers, coaches, helping them to become celebrities. The movie is called Celebrity Entrepreneur. And I recently got notified that the movie has been accepted into the American Documentary Film Festival in Palm Springs, the same festival where Tony Robbins' documentary premiered 3 years ago. And I started looking, why did I spend 13 years chasing the Hollywood dream then and not make any progress? And now it took me only 3 years to get a film made and to have it in a documentary film festival? Hey man, it's because I was an alcoholic and a drug addict. And I became that because I thought that was part of the Hollywood dream that I bought into. And now that I've been sober for over 5 years, I realize that sobriety has a lot of benefits. Not the least of which is having more time to do the work that you're really passionate about. Several times over the years I Googled, especially in the beginning, what do you do with your time if you don't drink alcohol? There's no answer for that on Google. And what I found out is that you can work more, you can take walks, you can exercise, you can listen to self-help and personal development stuff, all of which is what I've been doing. And that's why I've been able to accelerate my success and to turn my Hollywood dream into my Hollywood reality. And I'm really, really passionate about sharing this message about not ruining your chance for success by making your life into a drug and alcohol mess.
Perfect.
All right. Allie's going to Skype you back to get your feedback. All right, that was one of my pitches, and I guess that was pretty good. I'm gonna I don't know. I guess it was pretty good.
It was awesome. The one that you developed the line about, you know, if you're the one about smoking weed, if you're a fool, people that think smoking weed
Makes you cool.
Yeah.
But I think it makes you a fool.
Yes, that was good.
Yeah. Yep, that was a good one. My last pitch was the best. Who was the last one?
Yes, I can. That was Michelle. I concur with Tom. It was the best.
You know, but it got off track because she started talking about like hooking me up with her friend who was,
Right.
you know,
Question.
yeah. It's not really what I want. What I really want to do is I want to go on and talk about drugs and alcohol. That's really what I want to talk about. But anyway, I want you to know I caught myself listening to my voice. I caught myself dissatisfied with my voice. And I'm telling you, the only way this really works the way you want it to is for you to do a lot of talking on your topic. That's the only way. You got to talk about it all the time. You always got to keep talking about your topic. And for you, Lisa, you should, you know, you have my podcast directory.
Yep.
You should crack it open and start sending out, you know, emails trying to get on podcasts so that you can talk about, is your kid leading a secret life on podcasts and on radio
That's
shows.
Absolutely. Yes, I'm almost 2 steps ahead of you.
Good. Good. You really need to be talking about it a lot.
Right.
Because the only way this really works is if you're the master of the pitch. The only way this really works is if you are just talking from what you know.
And I can do that.
I know you can. I know you will. I know you do. The more you talk, the better you're going to be. The more you are a speaker, the better speaker you will be. Just got to keep being a speaker. That's it.
Well, thank you. It was amazing. And I'm looking forward to the future.
Awesome. Very good. Thank you, Lisa.
I'm living in the land of Oz.
Hell yeah. You know, you could get on to... You could probably... I wonder if they would take that as a topic on Dr. Oz. I just, you know... Look. Here, let's take a look at something
Hey,
here.
you know, well, while you're typing it up, so I was doing some homework today on the different stations. One of the station in Roanoke that I'm supposed to be on, I went to their website. The headline was one of their football and basketball high school coaches has been charged with secretly talking to girls underage on their phones.
There you go.
And trying to get, yeah. I mean, there's like the perfect local hook right there.
Violence awareness, Teen Dating Violence Awareness Month. What other things is there? Teen Awareness Month. Let's see, Teen Awareness Week. See if there's one for that. What do they have? Violence Prevention Awareness Week. Yeah, Tom Mack says the topic is in every town. Cancer awareness, mental illness awareness. Let's see, awareness months. That's not it. let's see what comes up on this Psychology Today awareness calendar. Mentoring, let's see, February, freedom, wear red, we're at World Cancer Day, Kindness Week, Black History Month, Boost Self-Esteem Month, Cancer Prevention, Teen Dating Violence, Sleep Awareness, Youth Violence Prevention Months, American Nutrition, Brain Injury, Developmental Disabilities Awareness Month, World Health Day, Siblings Day. I'm looking for the months. Alcohol Awareness Month is April. That's mine. Autism, Child Abuse Prevention, Month of the Military Child, National Council on Alcoholism and Drug Dependence Alcohol Awareness Month. Alcohol Awareness Month, STD Awareness Month, Sexual Assault Awareness Prevention Month, Stress Awareness Month, Youth Sports Safety Month. Let's go to this one. May, Asthma and Allergy, Global Youth Traffic Safety Month, Huntington's Disease, Mental Health, Military Appreciation, Foster Care, Mobility Awareness, Physical Fitness and Sports, Skin Cancer, Teen Pregnancy Prevention Month. Children's Eye Health, Immunization, Breastfeeding, Literacy. Let's see these weeks here. School Backpack Awareness Day. What the hell is that? National Suicide Prevention Week, Child Passenger Safety Week, Childhood Cancer, Children's Manners Month, Hunger Action, Polycystic Ovarian, National Childhood Obesity, National Preparedness, National Recovery, Sickle Cell Awareness, Hispanic Heritage, October, ADHD, Breast Cancer, Bullying, Cybersecurity Awareness Month. That's October.
Yep.
You know, oh, cool. A chiropractic awareness program in disguise. That's good to know. It makes sense. Cybersecurity awareness, domestic violence awareness, Down syndrome, pregnancy, Rett syndrome, sudden infant death syndrome. I think this Cybersecurity Awareness Month, you know, you have a different angle on cybersecurity, right? What your angle is, as a parent, you need to have awareness of your child's cyber activities to keep them secure and safe.
Correct.
Does that make sense?
Yep.
Hey, sweetie, if you do enough of these appearances, you could be on some big shows in October. And you would be ready for them. You would be ready for them. Adoption, career development, complex regional pain, December, impaired driving. There's more of these holidays. This is just what's on Psychology Today. There are other holidays and other months. You know, this is like national months, National Day calendar. There are, you know, there's all kinds of different stuff. March. March national observances. That's what I'm looking for. See, there's lots more.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, those were just, you know, from Psychology Today, but those are like psychological things. National Breast Implant Awareness Month, Asset Management, Endometriosis, Irish American, Multiple Sclerosis, Caffeine Awareness, Brain Injury Awareness, Celery, Cheerleading, Craft, Credit Education, Flower Month, Frozen Food Month. See, that's that one that Stan was talking about. Kidney, noodles, nutrition, peanuts, sauce, trisomy awareness, whatever that is, Umbrella Month, Women's History, colorectal cancer, music in our schools, and Social Work Month. Okay, that's March. Let's see what April is. This is how this works, folks. And I'm looking for her, and I'm also looking for me. English, Month of Hope, Canine Fitness, internship awareness, distracted driving, child abuse awareness, donate life awareness, cannabis awareness. Cannabis Awareness Month. What is that? Cannabis Awareness Month is April. Cannabis is an extremely complex botanical compound that provides for boundless revolutionary humanity. Cannabis Awareness Month seeks to shine a light on the legendary lessons as well as the vast untapped potential of the cannabis plant. All right, I'm going to take on Cannabis Awareness Month, and I'm going to say, yeah, you should be aware of cannabis. You should be aware that cannabis is an addictive drug. I'm going to take it and twist it on themselves because that's what I really believe is true. April is Alcohol Month and it's Cannabis Awareness Month, and I'm going to take them both down. That's what I want to do. Wait, April is Alcohol Month and Cannabis Month. Taking them both. April. And when you find these months, you got to make note of it because it's up to you to find and anticipate your timely hooks. Guys, it's your responsibility. Is alcohol and cannabis awareness months. I'm using it against them. That's called publicity hijacking. One time, remember I talked about that guy, Bob Ragazzo. Bob Ragazzo came to Celebrity Launchpad 1. I met him at a publicity seminar. I promised him he'd get on. He came to Launchpad, and we hijacked, like his thing was Mothers Against Drunk Driving. Actually, his thing was save your teen driver. Save your teen driver. He was about teen driver awareness. And what we did was, we needed a local hook for him to get on in Connecticut. And the local hook we used was the Mothers Against Drunk Driving fundraising march. He said, I'm going to be at the Mothers Against Drunk Driving fundraising march on this date in Connecticut. And that got him on in Fox, Connecticut, because that was the local hook. Even though it wasn't his own thing. It was somebody else's publicity hook. He hijacked it. You get it?
Yep, absolutely.
Good. Very good. Fair Housing, Guitar Month, Keep America Beautiful, Lawn and Garden, Autism, Couple Appreciation, Decorating Month, Fresh Celery Month, Garden Month, Humor, Jazz Appreciation, Soft Pretzel Month. Oh my God, that's my favorite. Soy Foods Month, Straw Hat, Parkinson's Awareness, Poetry, Pecan, Volunteer Month, Welding Month, Occupational Therapy, Records and Information Management Month, Scottish American Heritage Month, Sexual Assault Awareness Month, Stress Awareness Month, Safe Digging Month, and World Landscape Architecture Month. Coming up on February now. I'm going to look at February and see what they have on February. Because it's not too late. Self-check month. What the hell does that mean? National Self-Check Month. Every day of the year, we can take charge of our health and increase our odds of avoiding chronic disease and other often preventable conditions. We all have our reasons for avoiding a checkup or self-check. We're too busy, don't want to know the truth. Self-Check Month brings to your fingertips a variety of self-empowering, proactive early detection and preventative resources and tools to guide us through healthcare-related fears and concerns. Hey, you know, I could use that for publicity. You should self-check yourself and see if you are an alcoholic or a drug addict. February, National Self-Check Month. I'm going to use that. February, National Self-Check Month. Because there's quizzes that you can take. February.
I could spin that in a self-check as well as a parent. It's National Self-Check Month. You should self-check and make sure you're doing your job as a parent. By checking your kids' phones.
Yeah. Think about it. It's National Self-Check Month. I'm going to go back down, see what else there is. That's the first one. Look at that. Enrolled Agents Month, Open Source Software Month, Heart Month, Black History Month, Canned Food Month, Romance Month, American Pies Month, Bake for Family Fun Month, Bird Feeding Month, Cherry Month, Children's Dental Health Month, Grapefruit Month, Heart Month, Hot Breakfast Month, Library Lovers Month, Snack Food Month, Wedding Month, Embroidery, Teen Dating Violence Awareness Month. Okay, so this is how I do it. I'll do one more. We did February, March, April. We'll go to May. See what's in May for everybody else. Celiac. Correct your posture. There you go. Posture. International Drum Month. Ehlers-Danlos Syndrome Month. National Asparagus. Dental Care Awareness. Stroke Awareness. Military Appreciation. Motorcycle. Serge-Weber Syndrome. National Mental Health Awareness. Brain Cancer and Tumor. Date Your Mate Month. Foster Care Month. Older Americans Month. Barbecue Month. Bike Month. Blood Pressure. Chamber Music. Cystic Fibrosis. Egg Month. Get Caught Reading Month. Hamburger Month. There it is, Hamburger Month. Inventors Month. Lyme Disease. Mediterranean Diet Month. Photography. Recommitment Month. Salad. Salsa. Strawberry. Asian American and Pacific Islander Heritage Month, Water Safety, Melanoma, and National Moving Month. All right. That's how this all goes, guys. That's how I really do this stuff. And you need to be doing this stuff and coming up with your timely hooks and planning out a strategy to attack those timely hooks. And to hook into them and use them to get on TV. All right, Lisa, thank you, my dear. I'm going to go on to Tom Mack now, and I will talk to you soon, I'm sure.
See ya.
All right. Tom Mack, second time at Celebrity Launchpad. How you doing tonight?
Absolutely wonderful.
Fantastic.
Living the dream on the road to the land of Oz.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. What's your biggest takeaway from Celebrity Launchpad the second time?
Wow. My biggest takeaway.
My show.
You know, there's quite a few. One big one for me was Kill the Robot, which I was really focusing on. That's kind of been an issue for me right from the beginning with all the speaking that I've done. That technically I could say the words and perform the speech, but not internalize it as much. So I was executing, but not really speaking from my heart. And I'm definitely getting closer to that goal.
Good. Very good. And what's your advice to the people?
It was wonderful.
What was your advice to the people about, like, now that you've been through it twice, what do you wish you had known before you ever came? And what would you tell your best friend who is going to be going for the first time?
Prepare. Going into Launchpad knowing your material cold and just having it down pat, having it so smooth and knowing it so well and backwards and forwards that Launchpad will be much more enjoyable. The people that are constantly spending time in between the sessions, is out in the hall practicing. You miss a lot. You lose out on a lot of the experience not being in the room, not being where the action is, because you're trying to prepare. Because we showed up and we weren't as prepared as we should have been. And that was my experience the first time. I spent a lot of time during the day between pitches practicing, and I know I missed a lot just because I was not as prepared. I did not realize how prepared I needed to be. And you need to know it backwards and forwards.
Yeah.
Really just know it off the top of your head.
That's
The better you know it, the better you'll do.
That's so great. I'm so happy you're saying that, and it's so true. And it's a lot of that comes from knowing your material and being a real expert in your subject matter. But then also you need to be an expert in the pitch that I create for you. Now, one of the things that was most shocking to me was that I gave Kirsten Strong an audio. Let's see here. Kirsten Strong. Here it is. This was her audio that I gave her. Listen to this.
McKinsey released a recent report that says 97% of employees and executives believe lack of alignment within a team impacts the outcome of a project. My name is Kirsten Strawn. I'm a coach and frequent speaker on the topic of team success. And my new book is called Teams That Work. I'm so passionate about teams because as a mom with 4 kids, I know that teams are not just an issue in the workplace. If you want to have a successful family, you need to run it like a successful team. Athletics obviously is about a team. Any place you have people around you, these key principles of teams apply. And I have learned some amazing principles and...
Are you talking to me, Allie? Lisa Good, after the webinar, Allie wants you to call her. After the webinar, she wants you to call her.
Lessons.
Listen, are you hearing this, Tom? Isn't this exactly what
Why didn't she do that pitch?
I gave her this audio, and I said, do this pitch. And ultimately, I made her go back to this exact pitch. I mean, everything that I'm saying here was what I wanted her to say. And this is the pitch. Listen to the pitch.
From Mel Gibson, Jessica Simpson, and Dr. Phil about building a successful team. Now, when I met Mel Gibson, I asked him about this topic, and he talked to me about it in the context of his hit movies, Braveheart and The Passion of the Christ. And he said the most important thing for him as a director and producer and star of these blockbuster films was his ability to trust his team to produce results that he wanted. And that is the first element of building a successful team. When I spoke to Jessica Simpson, I asked her about her billion-dollar shoe and fashion empire and the key to having a successful team to make that happen. And funny enough, she said that the key for her is her ability to put herself in other people's shoes. Empathy was the big lesson I learned from Jessica Simpson. And then when I spoke to Dr. Phil about his team of primarily millennials who have been able to spread his message about healthy relationships around the world very effectively with social media, he talked about the key being identifying strengths and cheering people on to use and succeed with those strengths. And that is the A for appreciation in the word team. Then the M in team stands for mentorship. There are a lot of organizations that believe teams need good managers. I believe that what teams really need are a good coach and a good mentor. And that's why the M in the word team stands for mentor. And there's a big difference between a manager and a mentor. Today, so many managers are focused on delegation and assigning work to team members, whereas mentors and coaches are really more focused on leading by example and inspiring the team to perform at their best. And to me, that's the essential difference between managers coaches and mentors. With the Super Bowl coming up, teamwork and the success of teams is a very hot, trending topic. But I really believe that this is a fantastic subject that's evergreen, and I'd be happy to come to your studio either before the Super Bowl or at any time that you want to help your audience build teams that work.
So that was the pitch that I gave her, and you know, that was in there, but then she added in all kinds of other stuff. And
she doubled it.
Yeah, she doubled it. Now, for Chavis and Alexander and Michael Cronin and Paul Nebb, when I give you a pitch, don't add lots of extra stuff. I know exactly.
Don't add anything.
Yeah, I know exactly what should be in there, and ultimately, I had to get her to get back to that. She had to get back to that because otherwise it was just no good. It's funny.
I think something that is not understood until you've actually gone and experienced Launchpad is that the pitches have a very specific purpose, and it is first to get on TV, and then it's your segment on TV, but it's different than any other type of communication we do, and you are the expert in putting that together. And I guess until we've really experienced Launchpad, we're quick to second guess your expertise because we don't get it yet. We don't understand. And until you've been through and you've done pitches and you've seen the results, do you really have a fuller understanding of, okay, yeah, this is what I'm doing and why I'm doing it.
Yeah, and I think that her mistake was not thinking that there was enough material there.
Yeah, she thought she had to add to it.
She thought she had to add a lot more stuff, and you don't really need to add anything.
And you end up with a 5.5-minute pitch for a 3-minute segment.
Yeah, exactly.
which was hard.
And that really comes down to her own personal lack of understanding of what a TV segment really is. And listen, guys, here's the bottom line. For most of you, you don't watch a lot of TV. So what makes you think you know what should be in a TV segment? You don't. I'm the only one who knows what should be in a TV segment. A lot of these producers don't even know what should be in a TV segment. Sadly. But certainly, if you're a student in this class and you don't watch a lot of TV, first of all, if you don't watch a lot of TV, you should try to start watching TV news and talk shows as much as you possibly can. You should become familiar with the medium that you're trying to use as your primary marketing weapon moving forward. Don't tell me you don't watch a lot of TV. Show up having watched some TV. It's free. You can go on the internet and just type in. News commentary is different. That's not what we're talking about. What we're talking about is I want you to go to a place like Good Day LA. Like type in Good Day LA. Go to their webpage and just start watching TV segments. Here they have Money Monday, Tech Tuesday, Wellness Wednesday, Foodie Friday, Parenting with Purpose, Fashion and Beauty. These are the kinds of segments that they do on their air. Tech Tuesday, see that? Tech Tuesday. Buying the right phone. Here, let's just click on Tech Tuesday and see what Glow Recipe founder Sarah Lee and Christine Chang share Korean beauty secrets. That doesn't look like Tech Tuesday. Let's go back here. Let's see. Back to the Future. What does that say? Maria Kiban goes one-on-one with Nike's new Adapt BB Power Lacing basketball shoes. That's Tech Tuesday. Let's watch it.
Be the MVP of game day
You can watch
at Living
these.
Spaces, where you'll discover a winning lineup of designs
They're
that let
free.
you entertain like a pro. We'll make it fast, fun, and easy for you to shop power reclining sofas that start at just $5.95. Plus, we'll help you find more items that bring fun and function to game time. And with same-day delivery, you can get everything before kickoff. Come see our team of unforgettable styles and unbeatable values online or in-store at Living Spaces.
Living Spaces.
Woo! Okay, this is a segment we have been waiting for. Tech Tuesday. You remember the movie, right? In 1989, Marty McFly went to 2015 and found power lacing shoes. Well, the Nike mag. Well, in 2015.
What do you think about that guy's nice boy hands there, Tom? Right?
I'm not able to see it yet. It didn't come through. I can only hear it.
Oh, you guys can't see this?
Oh, well, I can see it now. Yeah, I see him now.
Okay.
Nice boy hands for sure.
There he is. Let's continue.
He released a special version of those power lacing high tops, and now in 2018, everything has come full circle with Nike's Adapt BB. That's for basketball, I think. Jordan Rice is here from Nike to tell us all about these amazing shoes, which I've already kind of checked out. This is going to be available to the mass public by next month, mid-February. And I want to know the technology and the power that makes this self-lacing.
Right. So we've developed a really, really cool...
You take that one, I'll take this.
What we call the lacing engine. It sits right here under the midsole. And it's a super high performance motorized system that actually allows us to do precise lacing in the shoes, power lacing.
So these are actually the buttons that you push, right?
Correct. This is tighten and loosen. And this allows you to get optimal lockdown in a basketball shoe, which is super important for performance.
Okay, so it looks really cool. It doesn't have your traditional lace here in the front. We have to put it to the test. So we have Alex, of course, who's going to come in and model this for us. We also have Jacob, who is Gina Silva's son, by the way. Last time I saw Jacob, he was about this tall. But you both play basketball.
So we're gonna try these.
Okay, so this one is your size. By the way, they do come in women's sizes, just not as small for me, because that was the first question I asked. Why can't I put it on? But that technology is coming, right?
We're working on miniaturizing it to get it down to the smaller sizes.
It's all about the size for now with that technology. Because they put it on, and then what do you do? Now they have it on? Okay, Alex has maybe got a slightly wider foot.
You can just pull that open.
Wait, is that little tongue in there still there? You know, that plastic tongue? No, it's not. Okay, there you go.
Like that.
Alex needs a little extra help. His legs are so long.
I'm getting in this thing. There we go.
Okay, he's in. He's in.
All the way loose. There you
Okay.
go.
Okay, there you go.
That's the thing.
Stand up.
That's a different part of doing this, right? So if the laces are tight,
So you have to
you can't
unlock
put on
it.
the shoe.
Okay, so let's talk about the app, because it comes with an app.
Correct.
Okay.
So you can control the shoes with the tighten and loosen button right on there. You don't have to have the app for the functionality.
Good.
But we've designed a really, really simplistic app meant to be super frictionless. It allows you to control the tightness up and down.
Oh, do you hear that? Do you hear
Who
that?
do I have? I've got one of you, and here's the other. There you go.
So it's moving with the app.
There it is.
So I can control independently your tightness on the left and the right. I can also change the colors on the side here. I can go to red. What's your favorite color?
Okay.
Let's go blue.
Blue. Okay, we'll go back to a blue. There you go. It gives me battery tightness, allows me to save some
Can you
preset modes.
run around and tell me how that feels?
So how do you tighten it? So you
adjust.
tighten it
So
here?
you can use the buttons if you want on the side for tighten and loosen.
The other side, yeah.
Or the app's right here if you'd like to adjust it.
Whoa, oh, there it is. Oh.
Okay, where's the basketball?
Yeah, let's
Because I
play.
want to see this in action. There it is. So we'll grab that ball and throw it to these master basketball players.
Let's see what you got.
Let's see how they work, because I was reading, Jordan, that depending on your action, it will tighten and loosen, right?
Yeah, well, it has the ability, we have a whole sensor suite underfoot that allows us in the future to actually update this with additional functionality, and that's one of the things we're looking at today.
All right. So what is it about this segment that they like? Let's go through the elements that they like. Number one, it is a tech topic, and it's part of Tech Tuesday. Number two, it's an everyday item. It's a tech twist on an everyday item. Remember, I say it all the time. You want to use everyday items. If there was this is essentially a segment on tying your shoes. Do you get that? And I've talked about mistakes to avoid when you're tying your shoes. I talk about that topic all the time in Celebrity Launchpad. I did not mention it this time, but I literally did a segment with Dr. Mario on the Dr. Mario Show about mistakes to avoid when you're tying your shoes. And this is that segment, but with tech. Then, in addition to that, then they have models trying on the shoes. They're using the app to tighten it. There's colors on the lights. And then they have them play basketball in these basketball shoes. That's action. That's the segment. And you guys, Dr. Cronin, Chavis Camp, Paul Nebb, Alexander, if you're coming to Launchpad, don't tell me you never watch TV. Tell me, all right, Clint, every week I've been going to Good Day LA and I've been watching different segments in the different categories that are of my topic. And I really have a great idea for a segment for Good Day LA. Because if you want to get on Good Day LA, you got to have one of these categories of segments. You got to have either Money Monday, Tech Tuesday, Wellness Wednesday, Foodie Friday, Parenting with Purpose, or Fashion and Beauty. Those are the categories that they're looking for. All right? Anything?
Great example.
Yep. Anything else that you would like to share with them, Tom?
Nope, I think that's it. The biggest thing is to be prepared and go in and be prepared for a transformation. Lisa Good, she was amazing, and the amount of transformation in her in a few days was just incredible. I really enjoyed watching her so much. I like Lisa so much for her energy and just how she was able to just overcome her own limiting beliefs and let go and embrace her own expertise and her segment and really rock it. She really did a fantastic job.
I agree. And especially, and keep in mind, guys, Lisa had been there before. She had observed. This is what I want to bring her back for a second. Now you're in trouble, Lisa. Here. Hey, Lisa, are you there? Lisa? Hey, I'm calling on you, Lisa. Can you please talk?
I'm here. I have to swipe, and unmute.
Okay. Now, you had already been to Launchpad once before to observe when Chris was there, correct?
But I only stayed the first day. If I would have stayed through the pitches, I probably would have been a whole lot more prepared.
That's interesting. Okay. Yeah, I was going to ask you,
Yes, I only stayed the first day. If I would have observed every single day, I promise I wouldn't have shown up the way that I did. I would have known, way better. Just like from doing VIP Speaker Extreme, that's how I knew to end up and to say, hey. So it hurt me by not sitting in the room with Chris for those 4 days.
Okay.
Well, it didn't hurt me, but I probably would have been, I wouldn't have walked out after 2 and said, that's it, I'm done. I'm not doing another one of those.
All right. Cool. All right, everybody. I think this has been a great webinar. We've looked at some really powerful segments in our ultimate goal, which is Good Day LA. We have, and on Dr. Oz. We have talked to people who just graduated from Celebrity Launchpad for the first time, who have graduated from Celebrity Launchpad for the second time. And I've also shown you my exact methodology for how I go ahead and forecast media opportunities by using these awareness months to find opportunities in the future. So this was a really great Celebrity Launchpad Magic Messenger webinar. I hope you all had as much fun as I did. Is there anybody who was on the phone smiling and dialing this week that pitched and got any action? Is there anybody on here who took action or got any action? Anybody? If you did, type your name in the chat right now and I'll talk to you before we wrap this up. Anybody have any smiling, dialing action to report? The lessons shown in tonight's webinar are powerful. Yes, they are. Chavis still hasn't done any smiling and dialing, huh? Okay. All right. Well, then that's going to wrap it up. And all I would say to you guys all is you need to get on the phone and start smiling and dialing and booking yourself on shows. It will help you enormously in being ready to succeed at Celebrity Launchpad. And most of all, it'll make me love you more. Yes, Daddy will love you more because I'm looking forward to seeing you on television. Good night, everybody.